We received this specific concern from one of our avid supporters. Now this is on solving quadratic inequalities. Let's start solving this item. Math in question. Think, inquire. This is MATHinQ. Answered questions. The given inequality is x squared minus 23x minus 50 is less than or equal to 0. In solving quadratic inequalities, please be guided with these steps. The first step here is if we are going to come up with an equivalent quadratic equation, we can solve for its roots. Now, there are many methods in solving for the roots, but in this case, we can easily factor this as we can establish AC method here, having two different factors equal to 0. A here is equal to 1, B is minus 23, and C is minus 50. A times C is 1 times negative 50. When you look for the factors of negative 50 that when added to each other will result to B, you will have here the factor of positive 2 and minus 25. And you can also have other factors, but this will be the only pair of factors that when added will result to B. Hence, the factor of our equivalent quadratic equation is x plus 2 and x minus 25. You could check this one by solving or multiplying them using FOIL method if you can, or if you want to. The next method, of course, we are not yet done. We are going to solve for the roots. Using a zero factor property, we equate both of them to 0. So our first root is minus 2 and the second root is positive 25. The second method now is in plotting these roots on a real number line. So negative 2 is here, 25 is here. Hence, you have divided your real number line into three regions, A, region B, and region C. The point here is we are going to select test points from each region that we will be using on third step. So simply pick a number in that region here. For A, you can choose negative 3 or any numbers less than negative 2. On region B, you can pick any number in between here, but the suggestion that if you could pick 0, choose 0. And of course for C, you can pick 26 or even higher than that. The third step here is in testing each of the values and coming up only with the signs. I'm talking about plotting our factors earlier, x plus 2, x minus 25, and you will have here region A, region B, region C. What you need to do is simply substitute your test values in each of these quantities and simply decide or give the sign of the result. For A, region A, negative 3. So negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. So the sign here is negative. Even if you will be picking numbers below negative 3, negative 10, negative 100, the result for that region for x plus 2 is negative. For x minus 25, you will have negative here as well. For region B, that's why we simply pick the ECS, which is 0 if possible, because once you do that, it's easier to substitute. 0 plus 2, positive. 0 minus 25 is negative. And for our C, 26, 26 plus 2 is positive 28. 26 minus 25 is positive 1. Now, from here, we know that the factors are multiplied on our equivalent quadratic equation. So simply multiply the signs as well. We know what will happen if we are going to multiply signs. Negative times negative, positive. Negative, positive times negative, negative. Positive times positive, positive. Before we continue, we would like to emphasize that you can join us on our social media platforms. On our YouTube channel, please subscribe. You can also follow us on our TikTok account. And of course, for more information, follow us on our Facebook page. The fourth step would be on the decision as to which regions would comprise your solution. Take note that in our original equation here, it talks about all values less than or equal to 0. When you say less than, so we're considering the values which are negative. And on this result here, only one region comprises negative. So your answer here is region B. Now, it's not yet the final answer because we would like to express our answer mathematically or algebraically. We can express region B into three different forms. The first form is linear inequality form, where you can decide in this manner what are these values in region B. these are values in between -2 and 25. So you can write it all values of x greater than -2 or less than 25. But this is not yet complete, because when you go back again to your inequality, and it's also very important, you have here equal. That's less than or equal to 0. That would mean we are also going to place equalities on your linear equality form. This supports the fact that -2 and 25 is part of it. Because if you're going to use -2 here in this step 3, -2 plus 2 is 0. So it comprises equal to 0. If you have 25 minus 25 is also 0. And if you're going to multiply negative or positive with 0, it will still be equal to 0. Hence, capturing the equality here. The second form of our solution is what we call as solution set. So we simply come up with the set builder form of this linear inequality form. So set of x such that, simply copy the form or linear equality form, and that is actually your set builder form. And finally, for our interval notation, which is also essential for you to master, we use here intervals or this symbol. Okay, as we pick the endpoints of that region. The endpoints are -2 and 25. And since we include -2 and 25, we close it using brackets. So this is how we answer this given item here. So this is now the answer to the raised question. If you still have more questions regarding to this or other math concerns, please do not hesitate to contact us or drop it on the comment section below. Math in question. Think, inquire. This is MATHinQ. Answered questions. Subscribe now.